I brought up the puppet in charge of Afghanistan. And if you remember, the day he left, he had $160 million in cash. And when he was driving up the tarmac to get on the plane, there was satchels of money falling out of the vehicles. And it's like, and you just pictured this is how U.S. puppets end, right? And I was like, that's what's going to happen. Either they're going to put a bullet in Zelensky, or he'll be trying to escape with every dime he has. The neocons will be like, oh, well, this grift is over. Let's get the hell out of here. And now it looks to me like, driven by what's happening on the battlefield, I feel like I was spot on. And I can go back to my videos and point to that stuff. Anyway, what are your thoughts on what the hell's going on? This thing's a disaster. Kiev is coming unglued, man. Go ahead.
I think the bloodletting here is going to be extended. It's not going to end with a thud like Afghanistan did, because that was mainly a U.S. driven operation. So it was that was the single point, the main single point. NATO was just really window dressing for a U.S. led and British too led operation. But this is different because all of the reputations of all of the leading European countries and the EU itself are tied to the Ukraine narrative. The suffering, pain, the bloodletting is going to continue until morale improves. And then it's just going to carry on. It's going to go from bad to worse. They've all sunk so much of their political capital and literal capital into this that I just can't see them backing out. You have to remember, they've deindustrialized Germany and parts of Europe to accommodate the anti-Russian position and to support Ukraine. That's a big price to pay. And, the payoff for this, of course, is a bigger war. Germany and these other countries and the bankers that are more or less driving, personally, I think this is being driven at a very, very high corporate and finance level, this whole project.
Yes.
But all of these wars in Europe have always been the same. World War I, World War II, and the United States has in the past pumped up the adversarial parties and then come in to mop it up afterwards and then game the markets in order to, after the Second World War anyway, prop up the US dollar as a world reserve currency, and also to drain Europe of any real wealth, get them dependent on U.S. products. I mean, look at the energy market. The United States wants exclusivity when it comes to, gas and LNG. Doesn't add up, doesn't make any sense at all. Russia never weaponized the gas. Europe and the U.S. weaponized the gas. And Nord Stream is the perfect example of that. A lot of people look at the Nord Stream sabotage as a reaction to the Ukraine war, but it's actually the other way around. The construction of the Nord Stream pipelines was the precursor for the Ukraine war. And that was when alarm bells went off, and that was when things had to be escalated.